What's up, y'all? This is Jay Renee with Prison Ride Radio. I hope that you're doing well. This morning, we got a brother on the phone by the name of Travis Johnson. He wants to talk to us about what he says is a miscarriage of justice. So we're going to give him an opportunity to tell us his story and see how we can help him out. So let's jump right in there. All right. You there, bro?
Yep, I'm here.
All right. I'm glad that you could make it back. So we're going to just go ahead and start, all right? So tell the people a little bit about yourself and where you from.
Okay, my name is Travis Johnson. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, born and raised.
Okay. You are currently incarcerated, right?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us about your incarceration. Are you wrongfully convicted or what?
Yes, I've been wrongfully convicted.
Okay, how long have you been behind the G-wall?
9 years now.
Okay, so what were you convicted of?
I've been convicted of assault and firearm charges on a police officer.
All right, so I know you're saying that you're wrongfully convicted. So walk us through what we need to know. What's going on?
So on August 21st, 2014, I was charged with aggravated assault on a Philadelphia police officer with a deadly weapon. The arresting officer, Brian Nolan.
This is a call from SCI, Phoenix State Correctional Institution. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
The arresting officer, Brian Nolan, badge number 6449, fabricated his entire testimony from start to finish, which led to me being wrongfully convicted and excessively sentenced. Now, here it is. I've been incarcerated for almost 9 years, and it's finally coming to light that Officer Brian Nolan and his partner, Anthony Santulli, are in fact fabricators of evidence and testimony. They've been placed on what we have in Philly is called the dirty / do not call list, meaning the DA can't use them to testify because they're no longer considered credible.
Okay.
I also had 3 other cops on my case that have been or are being conduct and or wrongdoing. So I'm just wondering, like, why am I still in jail? Especially since I never should have been arrested in the first place. But even more so now that I have 5 cops on my case whose credibility is questionable at best.
Right.
So I've been wondering, like, what do I have to do to be treated fairly? Or why is it that I've been wrongfully convicted but can't be rightfully released?
Okay, I can understand that. So let me ask you, so are these officers, have they been fired or have they been locked up? Like, what's going on with them?
The one officer,
You have 1 minute left.
The one officer, the main officer, Officer Brian Nolan, that I spoke about, he's not even a Philadelphia police officer anymore. The rest of them, my attorney can't seem to get the information that's needed to tell me everything that happened with the rest of them. But the one guy, Eric Rankin, he's been convicted of harboring a fugitive in his house and lying to his own peers about it and lying to the detectives about it.
So you said your lawyer can't find any info on the other 4?
No, so the what happened is, when we was in court yesterday, and we was asking one of the assistant district attorneys about it. He seemed to don't know what's going on for some odd reason. So it's making me extra wary because, you know, I've seen this story play out before when I went to court and when I went to trial years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nobody seems to know what's going on.
Everybody playing stupid and shit, right? So
exactly. So
let me ask you. So since they've been found out to be corrupt and crooked cops and stuff for playing evidence and all of that, has other people's cases that they were involved in, do you know if they were able to be free or are they still behind bars as well?
They're still behind bars as far as I know. And the one guy, he's back on appeal just like I am. You know, so they're trying to just sort through what's going on with them. But from what I understand is the reason the officer quit the force is so that cases won't get overturned, so it won't open the floodgates.
Well, that sounds highly illegal. All right, so this crime that they're trying to say that you committed, Did you give them an alibi? Like, how did they get you wrapped up in that?
All right, so this is what happens when in Philadelphia, when an officer fires his weapon, he needs to have a reasonable cause or a just cause, or he'll get suspended and or fired. So what happened is this officer fired at me prematurely, and in order to save himself, he said that I shot at him or that I threatened his life. That's why. But there's no proof. They the gunshot residue on me. No, they didn't do gunshot residue on me because they knew it wouldn't be none on me.
Okay.
And when they did, they found some
This
gun in
is
the
a call
back of
from
an alley.
SCI, Phoenix State Correctional Institution. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
They found some firearm somewhere in the back of an alley 2-3 days later that was old and rusted out, and they did DNA and fingerprints on it. None of it came back to me.
Mm-hmm. But they still connected it with you.
And they still said it was mine because of this officer's testimony. He said he seen me with it. First, the initial his internal affairs report is, I seen Mr. Johnson. I seen him, and I thought he had a gun on him. So I stopped him. Then when he came to preliminary, he said, "Oh yeah, Mr. Johnson had a gun on him. That's why I stopped him." And then when he came to trial, he said, "Oh no, Mr. Johnson turned around and shot at me." And then he tried to unjam the gun. And then when the gun wouldn't unjam, he threw it. And then I shot at him twice. And then he ran away. So his story changed at every moment of the proceedings.
Okay. So let's talk about your legal representation, because it sounds like that might be an issue as well. Is this a public defender?
No, this is actually a private attorney.
Okay, so tell us what's up with him, because it sounds like he's not being very supportive in court and doing his job. So, like, what's up with him? What is he doing?
So up until this point, he's actually been solid. I really don't have anything bad to say about him, except for it seems as though he's not going as hard as I would when we got dirty cops on our hands. I feel like that's something that we should attack from all angles, especially since I've been accusing this officer of lying on me from the start.
Right.
And so my attorney, he's just like lackadaisical about it. It's like, dirty cops can make clean arrests too. These are his exact words. I'm saying verbatim.
Dirty cops can make clean arrests too. That's what he said.
Those are his exact words.
This is a call from SCI, Phoenix State Correctional Institution. This call is subject to recording and monitoring.
So that's all he has. So it doesn't seem like he's trying to pursue that lead or anything?
That's what it seems like to me. He's saying if we can't connect them to your case, then there's no need. So my thing is, we got our head district attorney in Philadelphia. His name is Larry Krasner. He's supposed to be like an extremely progressive, pro-prison reform and getting rid of injustices as far as mass incarceration go.
Right.
And my thing is, where is he at in all of this?
Right. Yeah, that's a good question.
He's supposed to be for the people, trying to get people out that's been wrongfully convicted. Where is he at? Why is he not making any noise? Why didn't he come out and get this fixed as soon as possible?
All right. So tell us the name of the officer in question again, or all of their names if you know them. The names you know.
Yeah, I do know all of them. You got Officer Brian Nolan, badge number 6449. He's the one that made the whole story up, saying I did things that I didn't, or I had a firearm that I didn't. His partner, who's Anthony Santulli. You got another one, his name Javier Montanez. The other one, Eric Rankin. And the last one is named Joseph Mangold. All Philadelphia police officers, or were Philadelphia police officers.
Okay. When you were apprehended, you were by yourself?
Yes, I was by myself.
Okay. So, explain to us in your words what happened when you seen this officer. Like, how did it go down?
Well, actually, I was just leaving out of so I was on my street that I lived on. I was living with my grandma at the time. So when I leave out the house, I was actually going to a friend's house right down the street, minding my own business, and when this officer, he pulled up on me. Now, I don't know how it is in other states, but in Pennsylvania, you don't have to stop or talk to the cops if they're not placing you under arrest. So when he pulled up and he said, "Hey, come here," I'm riding down the street on my bike. I said no, and I kept, and as I keep riding, I hear him speeding up in the car, and I hear him smashing on the gas, and he comes and runs me off the bike. Boom! So I get up and I run. But as I run, I'm running through a dark alleyway, and I don't know. I'm guessing he got scared or whatever, and he heard something, and he starts shooting at me from behind. And I can't really see him because I'm not looking back. I'm just running there. I'm scared for my life. So go hide inside of an alleyway, and the whole time I'm praying. I'm just praying that they don't come in there and kill me, because at the time it's like they just had killed the guy in Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
I think his name was Michael Brown.
Mm-hmm.
And so at the time I'm in the back of the line, I'm just praying for my life, because now I hear all the cops and the helicopters and stuff, and I'm like, man, I think they just gonna come back here and kill me.
I could understand why you felt that way. That's the climate we live in, so I can understand.
Yeah. So when they came back there, they started stomping me out and stuff, and just beating, for the lack of a better word, they just like beat the hell out of me, and then they took me to the hospital, and then as I'm going through processing and stuff, they're like, yeah, you like shooting at cops, huh? I'm like, what? I said, I never shot at no cops. I said, don't tell me y'all trying to charge me with shooting at no cop. They're like, yeah, we know you did it. I'm like, man, I said, what proof do you have? And I don't know if usually you gotta go through like a whole grand jury indictment and stuff, but they lock you up here, and then they gotta prove their case. It's not like how cops can shoot somebody and they wait 6 months before they ever get charged.
Right. So they lock you up, charge you, and then try to figure it out later.
Exactly.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you this question, because I know that some listeners are going to wonder this. So I like to not give them things to wonder on. I like to let them be informed. So why did you run?
I was scared for my life then. It was to be honest with you, I wasn't living right at that time. I was out there selling drugs and stuff. So I mean, I thought that's what they was. I thought that's what they was bothering me for.
She's like, let me get up out of here.
But I never tried to shoot no cop or even think to shoot at no cop. That was just, to me, that's just downright stupid.
Yeah, it doesn't make much sense. So I know you went to court yesterday. So what did they tell you yesterday?
Oh, so yesterday they wasn't fully prepared to hear the case, so I'm supposed to be getting postponed to a later date.
And they didn't give you a date?
I'm not sure what that date is yet. So one of the Commonwealth's witnesses is living in Florida at the moment, and it was some other things that they wanted to get in so the judge can hear, and they wasn't really fully prepared, and we were.
Okay.
So the judge is kind of giving them a grace period and giving us a grace period if we want to add some more things to our petition.
Okay, I got you. So I want to give you an opportunity to just talk directly to the people about, what you hope to gain from letting your story be heard. So go ahead.
So I'm pleading with the people. I'm pleading with everyone who hears this story to please help amplify my voice and magnify my story. This age-old battle against injustice can't be won alone. So please share my story. Get eyes and ears on it. Contact Philadelphia, the District Attorney Larry Krasno on social media. DM him. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Contact the local and national news. Contact we got a prison reformer, and he's the Philadelphia 76ers co-owner. His name Michael Rubin. Contact him. At them. DM them. Contact anyone you think that can help, and tell your family and friends to do the same. And I definitely appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, because I know I can't do this alone.